Hello students, welcome to Universal Classes. Today we are going to take up questions and their answers session. So let's start. First question is, what do you understand by resources? Its answer is everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable can be termed as resource. So like that, explain the interdependent relationship between nature, technology, and institutions. Its answer will be through the triangle. You can explain it, and that is given in your book figure 1.1, that the process of transformation of things available in our environment involves an interactive relationship between nature, technology, and institutions. Human beings interact with nature through technology and create institutions to accelerate their economic development. Now, third question is, define biotic and abiotic resources. So it is also very simple. Biotic resources are those resources which are obtained from biosphere and have life such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. And abiotic resources, all those resources or things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. For example, rocks, rivers, metals, all those things. Now, fourth question is, define renewable and non-renewable resources. Very simple. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, or mechanical processes are known as renewable or replenishable resources. Examples are solar and wind energy, water, forests, and wildlife, etc. Now, non-renewable resources, these occur over a very long geological time. Minerals and fossil fuels are examples of such resources. These resources take millions of years in their formation. Some of the resources, like metals, are recyclable, and some, like fossil fuels, cannot be recycled and get exhausted with their use. Now, fifth question is, give any 2 points of difference between individual and community owned resources, and second one is national and international resources. You have to just differentiate. Now, individual resources are those resources owned by privately by individuals. Examples are farmers having their own land, paying the revenue to the government, and many plots in the urban areas, other property, plantation, pasture lands, ponds, watering wells, etc. are examples. Now, community owned resources are those resources which are accessible, means many people, so many people, community or society can use them, like village common grazing grounds, burial grounds, village ponds, public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds in urban areas are also the examples of community owned resources. Now, national and international resources. National resources are those resources technically which belong to the nation. The country has legal powers to acquire even private property for public good. Now, you can give here examples. All the minerals, water resources, forests, wildlife, land within the political boundaries, and oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles, that is 22.2 kilometers from the coast, termed as territorial water resources therein belong to the nation. And international resources are those resources which are regulated by the exclusive economic zone, and it is beyond 200 nautical miles to the open ocean, and no individual country can utilize these without the permission of international institutions. Now, the seventh question is sixth question is how reserves are the subset of the stock. Very important question you have to prove. So first you understand, or you can write the meaning of reserve resources. Now, reserve resources can be utilized with the existing technical know-how, but their use has not been started completely, full-fledgedly. Completely means, yes, with the help of water, river, water, the hydroelectricity projects, the electricity is being produced, but it is not up to the satisfaction of the mankind which we require. So here the hydroelectricity power, we know that how to generate it, but it is being utilized only to a limited extent. Now you can say a stock, come to the stock. Minerals in the environment which have the potential to satisfy human needs, but human beings do not have the appropriate technology to assess them, are included among a stock. Example, earlier also I have said that hydrogen gas and oxygen can be used as a rich resource or source of energy, but we do not know the technology. In the world, we have not created such kind of technology to create the water by combining these two type of gases, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Now, seventh question, what are the major problems led by the indiscriminate use of resources by human beings? What are the major problems by the indiscriminate use of resources by human beings? Causes are first, depletion of resources for satisfying the greed of a few individuals, and the second one is accumulation of resources in few hands, which in turn divided the society into two halves, that is have and have nots, rich and poor. And third one, indiscriminate exploitation of resource has led to global ecological crisis such as global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollution, and land degradation. Eighth question, what do you understand by sustainable development? It's very simple. You can write in your own words. Sustainable economic development means development should take place without damaging the environment, and development in the present should not compromise with the needs of the future generation. Now, ninth question, when and where did the first Earth Summit was conducted? What was its motto? That is aim. What was its aim? in 1992, the first Earth Summit took place, and the place name was Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Now, its motto was that on global climatic change and biological diversity, all the 100 countries will make an agenda of 21. Agenda 21 should be met all for all the 100 countries, those who are participating in this Earth Summit, and achieving sustainable development in the 21st century. Now, 10th question is, what is the full form of UNCED? Very obvious. The full form of UNCED, United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. It's a very short question, 1 marks question. And now, what is Agenda 21? What was its motto? It is Agenda 21 is the declaration signed by world leaders in 1992 at the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which took place at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It aims at achieving global sustainable development. Very simple. If it is asked in the longer form question, you can explain it like this. It is an agenda to combat, fight environmental damage, poverty, disease through global cooperation on common interests, mutual needs, and shared responsibilities. Now, we'll take a few more questions in the next session. Thank you very much. Must watch this video and like and share. Thank you.